Hi, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 16th to the 30th, 2023 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps this channel be picked up by the YouTube algorithm, letting it be seen by more people. So, thank you so very much for doing so. I wouldn't be here without you guys, and you are absolutely amazing. So, thank you. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So, Pisces, we're changing our mind. We're changing the way that we see things, but we're feeling very vulnerable in that change. So just be aware of that. That it's not like we're upset that we're seeing things differently. It's just that we feel astoundingly vulnerable. Like it's just coming that he's, naked, tied to a tree type of thing. It's like, wow, am I vulnerable? Wow, is this, overwhelming? How do I get out of the situation type of thing? And it might not even be, it's not, okay, it's not that it might not be. It isn't that we necessarily want to get out of the situation. It's how do I traverse this? How do I move forward? How do I embrace my vulnerability, my different way of seeing things? How do I claim my power? This is all new. That's how it feels. It's like, well, this is all new. This is overwhelming. So being aware of that is super important. I don't know what these blue flowers are. I don't know if they're bluebells. I don't know what they are. But here, a blue flower, that's going to be important for some reason. I don't know if blue flowers are your thing or what, but blue flowers and blackberries, sweetness with thorns. There's something here that's changing, but it's like it's like beware of the thorns as you're going for the sweetness, right? As you're going for the lush, delicious blackberry. I love blackberries. There's a sense of there will be thorns. There will be things that are coming up that we feel vulnerable with. I mean, again, the picture is one of vulnerability, but it's also vulnerability as we awaken. The positioning of the legs is the positioning of awakening. So let's see what spirit, oh goodness, let's see what spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Here this is meditate. We can find it very hard to calm down, to slow down, and to meditate. Now, we think of meditation as sitting quietly and, meditating. It doesn't have to be. It can be washing the dishes. It can be taking the dog for a walk. It can be 1,000 little mundane tasks that are slightly mindless and letting those be our active form of meditation. Because here, the act of sitting down quietly and, you know, confronting our own consciousness, that can be overwhelming for us. We don't have to confront our consciousness. It can be, I just release and I just am. I just release and I just am. And that can be a very powerful thing. That can be very, very, very powerful for us. We don't have to figure anything out. We don't have to have deeper wisdom coming our way. I release and I just am. Letting that be our mantra, I am who I am, is powerful and beautiful. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. You're having a hard time connecting with your creative energy. And that's something that you need to acknowledge. Why? Because you're ruled by Neptune, Pisces. I mean, you need to create, you need to have that connection to the unseen world, to the world of dreams. Fantasy needs to always be part of your reality. I don't know. I'm just seeing fanciful. I'm just seeing this book. It was a green book, hardcovered. I had this book of mythical creatures, but it was like the history of mythical creatures when I was younger. And I thought that book was just the coolest thing. So I don't know how mythical creatures are are coming into your world. I don't know if you study them, kind of like old beliefs of people, kind of like how mythical creatures impacted the psyche or how the psyche developed mythical creatures type of thing, or if you're drawing or, reading about them. But there's something here where I need to connect with the fantastical, with what people would say was fantastical. I'm just seeing it as mythical creatures, but it can be the fantastical element of our own creation, like our own power stepping us forward. Now, when Spirit says meditating, connecting with ourselves, we need to do so in love and peace. Whatever we are stepping into, step into it in love and peace. And slowing ourselves down to embrace that is going to be so important. With the 10 of Pentacles, we're coming to a completion of a cycle. And we're coming to that completion of a cycle in a way that we hadn't anticipated, right? The 10 of Pentacles reversed is not feeling very prosperous. It's not feeling part of a community. It's not being where necessarily we thought we were going to be. And that's okay. Because we're thinking, oh, I'm not achieving enough. I'm not acquiring enough. I'm not having enough. But Spirit's like, slow it down. There is just a need here to slow it down, because I can see moving forward, but like moving forward almost like it's almost like the cart's on fire, right? But the cart's attached to the horse, and the horse is trying to outrun the fire that's on the cart. It's like we need to slow down and deal with the fire first. Like put out the fire, connect with what we want, let the passion, kind of die down a little bit, because we're going to see that this 10 of Pentacles that's reversed, it's not reversed. It's right here. It's prosperity, it's success, it's bounty, it's moving forward in our greatness. And there's a sense here of being more prosperous than we ever thought we would be. And that's huge. It's like we're just not seeing it yet. And so we're waiting, or we're thinking, or we're trying to like piece things together in a certain way. And Spirit's like, no, if you just slow down, calm down, and connect, you're going to find that there's a lot more here than you ever realized. And it's in your own little community. It doesn't have to be, or your family, or, your friend group. However you have that community, you're like, these are my people. It's connecting with that. It moves us to the Knight of Wands. This is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right? We can be having difficulty with a fire sign energy that's way too impetuous, but we can also be just a little bit too impetuous during this time. The sense of, I'm going to charge forward. I'm going to get this done. There's a fire to us. There's a sense of, I need to get it done now, right? I'm outrunning this fire, but we need to handle that fire first. We need to calm things down inside of us in order for us to move forward in a way that's right for us, calming for us, beautiful for us. That's going to be a very big deal. Our passion can get the better of us during this time, and we can utilize that. This can be a time where we have tremendous bursts of creativity. Keep a notebook with you. Keep, your phone right by you, so you can talk things into your phone and keep notes that way if need be. But here, it's a sense of, don't be burnt up by your own burst of creativity, your own burst of, it doesn't have to be creativity in a sense of like drawing or acting or writing or anything like that. It can be in mathematics, and it can be in, looking at things and thinking of new ways to do surgeries and stuff like that. Like, oh, what if I try this technique? And what if I, read that book, type of thing. We can be so inspired so often that we can just feel drained by it. We need to slow it down, and we need to connect with the King of Pentacles: prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. It's time, dressed to success. This is earth sign energy: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If we have earth sign energy in our chart, and especially if it's prominently within our chart, we need to take care of ourselves, right? We like the finer things in life: good food, good clothes, good company, that type of thing is going to be very important. It's remembering to take care of ourselves, because with everything that we've been through, with the way the world has been, we have forgotten to take care of ourselves the way that we did once upon a time. So here it's like remembering again, oh, I matter, oh, I can wear my nice clothes. Oh, I can, have nice things. I can do and be confident within myself and let that show outwardly. It doesn't mean that it has to be expensive. It doesn't mean shopping sprees. It just means, taking care of ourselves. And the King of Pentacles is like, take care of you. Take care of you and let your prosperity show, because people see you as prosperous. People see you as bountiful. You need to do the little things that, kind of like that dress to success type of thing that lets us think of ourselves as successful. Knowledge is coming your way. You're going to be looking at things in a new light. It's going to be like, oh, well, why don't we do this? And it's going to just seem so logical to you. And people are going to be like, huh, never thought of that before. That's going to be a big deal. You can also find, oh, why don't I do this? Or why doesn't it, like, why don't I change it just a little bit like that? And it's going to be a big deal. It moves us to the 10 of Wands. You're carrying a lot. You are carrying a lot. It's time to let it go. It's interesting. We feel far away from our success, and yet we also feel, so closely, bound to the burdens that we carry or the passions that we have. And it's like, no, I can't let anything go, because what if I don't get everything done? But if you're so weighed down, you're not going to get anything done. So here with the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles, you're completing a cycle financially and prosperously. You have to let some things go. I was talking with a master in Qigong, and he said, smile. He said, one of the simplest things that we can do that really helps us, really heals us, is to smile. And I've heard that before. Smiling makes you think that you're happy. It increases serotonins, all this stuff. And I never learned enough, or I never heard anything that made me go, okay, I'm actively going to put a smile on my face all the time. And what he said was that it activates your meridian points. So in your jaw, you have meridian points for your liver. In your lips, you have meridian points for your pancreas. By smiling, you activate those meridian points. The liver holds anger. The pancreas holds worry and fear and anxiety. So by smiling, you are releasing worry and fear, and you are releasing anger. For me, that flipped a switch. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start smiling. First couple of days, my jaw hurt. My face felt funny, like as silly as that sounds. And I have TMJ, and so I didn't realize how tight my jaw was. My jaw isn't tight anymore. It's astounding. So it flipped a switch in me. I hope it flips a switch in just one person who's listening, because it has made me feel so good. Just simply smiling. You have a lot that you're carrying. There's a lot that you're responsible for. When we're little, we want to be adults because we can do what we want and go to sleep when we want to. And when we're adults, we're like, man, this is not what I expected. A lot gets put on us. We might not be able to let it all go and say, I'm carefree, I only have to worry about me, type of thing. But it's letting it go. It's saying, I can't carry everything. I need to do one thing at a time, one moment at a time, one day at a time. Because you see little kids, how they're always laughing, how they are, always, up to mischief or imagining something wonderful and creative. Yes, they can have their temper tantrums, But when they're happy, they're so happy. And it's almost like the older we get, the further away we get from that happiness because life beats us down. Here, we're kind of beaten down, and we can see it in our posture, right? We can start to be like a C, like kind of just hunched over, hunched into ourselves, protecting our solar plexus and our sacral chakra too here. It's going to be very important. There's some sort of weight that's keeping us from voicing what we want. Throat chakra coming in. This is going to be a time where we start to release. We start to say what we want. We start to embrace our passions and our creativity and what we desire. And we let go of what's weighing us down. Because we start to see little bits of beauty. We start to see little bits of our power. And we embrace our heart chakra, which we're having a hard time doing. We're having a hard time embracing our heart, embracing our love, embracing what we desire in our lives. The Empress reverse is like, man, do I feel overwhelmed. I don't feel creative. I don't feel connected. I don't feel like I can birth forward what I want into this world. Turning this upside down, prosperity, success, bounty, determination, focus, insight, that's what we're going after. We're having a bit of a difficult time connecting with our sacred feminine energy. That's going to be a big thing to connect with. We're going to see doors opening for us as we look at ourselves as creative, cultivated beings. Right? It doesn't mean birthing forward children. What it means is birthing forward creative energy into this world, however that is. Whether that's simply smiling at people as we walk down the street. We're changing lives. And that's a big thing for us right now, Pisces, to connect and to start cultivating something beautiful. It's like planting seeds in the garden and slowly and carefully and gently watching them grow. We're having a hard time with that because we're so bogged down. It's like, what the heck can I possibly create? It's releasing ourselves from feeling trapped and feeling overwhelmed and feeling like this is it. It's never going to get any better than this. And we've all been there. We all have those feelings. And it's like a darkness just descends. But this isn't it. It's not over. And now we need to see ourselves kind of as that quintessential Earth Mother that's growing and blossoming and being and connecting. We need to look at the trees and not just see, okay, trees, yeah, that's great. But things that can live 4,000 years. How many stories have they seen? How many lives have they shaded? How many leaves have they dropped? It's starting to connect again with wonderment and beauty. And knowing that creative spirit, that connection, that power is within us too. And it's moving forward in grace. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Magician reversed. We've lost our magic, or at least it feels that way. Have we really? No, we haven't. We can look, for false prophets, right? We can be kind of taken in by people during this time. It's like, oh, that sounds great. That sounds great. Because we're trying to move forward and we're trying to connect with our own magic. But it's going to be a little bit easier just to hear it from somebody else and be like, oh yeah, that works. Because that's just how we as human beings work. But now it is time to know that we are afraid to stand before the altar of our existence and claim what we want. It's not, we're not claiming things violently or angrily or anything like that. If those emotions come in, it's like, okay, I need to step back because that's not where I'm supposed to be. It's claiming our power with love and grace, gratitude, and joy. And it's embracing our voice. It's embracing our prosperity. It's embracing our creativity. And it's embracing our love. And working on this slowly and steadily during this time is going to be like fantastic. It's going to be like a blessing for us. It's like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden. And then I feel like, oh, I found me again. Like, I found me. Where the heck? Like, I didn't know I lost me, type of deal. Our subconscious spirit message here is compassion. Compassion is reversed. We don't have the compassion for ourselves. And that can bleed out into the rest of the world, right? We can be a little bit short or a little bit snippy with things because we don't have that compassion for ourselves. Focusing on compassion for us, love for us, will just bleed out into the rest of the world. And it moves us then to the Nine of Swords reversed. We're releasing worry and fear. Smile. Know that people see you not as somebody who's worried, not as somebody who's overwhelmed, right? They see you as that confident, person on horseback, moving forward, going after what they want. We're now starting to try and see ourselves that way. And it's kind of like a colt, right? When they're born, wobbly legs, right? A baby horse, wobbly legs, just trying to walk. And then all of a sudden, it's so miraculous, like how quickly they can go from wobbly, newborn to running. And that's going to be us. Wobbly newborn and then running and then just taking off. All right. All right, Pisces. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.